Welcome to Trueloader tutorial. Today we are going to see how to sync data between SQL Server and Salesforce. And for my test case today, I'm planning to sync data from customers table in SQL Server to Salesforce accounts. The customers table has 91 rows of data in which the company name and address as Unicode characters in it. To start with, I'm going to create a SQL Server connection. And choose the database that has the customers table. Yeah, once the connection is successful, I'm pretty much going to go and start the transformation straight away. For the source of my transformation, I pretty much have two options. One, using the inbuilt objects or tables that's a part of the SQL Server, or I can also create a custom object based on a complex SQL query. This is going to really help you in terms of extracting the data, what you need for the syncing process. Say, for example, you want to sync data based on a criteria like the last modified date. You can create a select syntax based on that and reference that as a custom object which can be used in your transformation to extract data. For my test case today, I'm going to keep things simple. I'm going to select star from the customers table. I'm going to give a name, custom object SQL customers, and I'm just going to give a label for me to identify. So customers from SQL Server. Yep, that sounds good. And I'm going to just create the object. I'm going to go into create transformation and select the SQL Server connection and choose the custom object I just created to be a part of my source. Yeah, once I confirm, it's going to generate the data sets. In this case, it's just going to be one table, and I'm going to choose the primary connection, which is going to be my Salesforce org, and choose account to be my destination. And even in terms of the mapping, it's going to be straightforward. I'm going to map the customer ID to account number and the customer name to name, the address to the billing street and the shipping street. So it's one to many and many to one. So I'm going to do the same for city, state, and the country. Yeah, I guess the mapping is pretty much done. And this time I'm going to, since I want the data to be synced, which means that whatever changes I make in the customers table, whether I'm adding a new customer or making any changes in the existing customers, I need to see the changes appearing in my Salesforce accounts. For that, I need to apply a based on condition. And since the customer ID from the SQL Server is connected to the account number in Salesforce accounts, I'm going to use that to form the conditions. So I'm going to create a condition here and choose account number, which is the destination field, to match the customer ID from the SQL Server customers. And I'm going to click validate and apply. And once the condition is valid, I'm going to choose use all for my operating mode, which implies that if a new row of data that comes in doesn't match the based on condition, then I'm requesting the system to create a new account. Or if it matches the condition, I'm requesting the system to update or amend the account that matches the condition. This, in a way, I'm requesting the system to honor all the data that comes in from the customers table. I guess that's it. I'm going to just apply the configuration for this data set, and that's going to be the only data set I'm going to use for this transformation, and give a name for the transformation. I'm going to simply deploy the transformation, and I'm going to click on sync transformation. The process has started. For the first time, I have to see 91 accounts that has to be created, and from there onwards, if I make any changes in the customers table in SQL Server, I have to see the changes appearing in accounts as well. I guess the first sync is done. The sync is still continuing, and 91, perfect. It's 91 records that are created. Let me check the Salesforce environment to make sure that 91 records are created. Good. So I can see the 91 records are created. While the sync is still running, I'm going to go and make some changes in the customers table. I'm going to simply change the phone number. And I'm also going to change the postal code of a customer. And once saved, I'm just going to wait for some time, refresh it. Yep, and great, the phone number is changed. Let me check the zip code. Yep, even the postal code is changed. So I'm again going to do some more changes by changing the name of the customer. And let me also change the name of another customer from Eastern connection to Western. I'm also going to change the name in the address. Great. Okay, let me also go and change the state to maybe big chap. Okay, once saved, I'm going to give it some time for because I know that the sync is still running, and I'm going to give it some time and refresh it now. Good. Yeah, the name is changed, as well the address. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, the company name and the address and the status also changed. So yeah, Trueloader is fantastic in terms of understanding your data integration requirements and executing your transformation in the best possible way. And it's also extremely easy for uh, any user to code or incorporate their data integration requirements in the Trueloader app. And if you have any queries, just send an email to support@trueloader.com. And thank you for watching.